Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. I'm here with a John Wayne mug on the last Monday of June. The year is almost half over. The longest days of the year, we're experiencing them right now. They'll be getting shorter for the rest of the year. Pretty amazing how quick time goes, and it is definitely true. The older you are, the faster it goes. But I hope your week is starting out well. I wanted to share a little motivational quote and talk a little bit about how I use AI, because you've probably seen AI being used on my social media pages. Before we get started, I want to remind you what you might have missed if you didn't get the newsletter. Had an article on staying safe in the city, using some common sense and so forth and safety tips. Had an article about putting your body weight behind a strike, important concept when it comes to punching and hitting in the martial arts. Even referenced Jack Dempsey, a famous boxer who used to like to throw a jolt rather than a jab. And he would use a drop step to get power and hit people hard with that jab. So I had that article, and then just continued sort of with the discipline article I had last week with never give up, and some stuff about the recovery with the knee. So that was in this week's newsletter. So if you missed it, be sure to go to enjoylifesafely.com and get signed up so you don't miss more. Now, before I talk about AI, let's talk about this quote by F. Scott Fitzgerald that I really like. Genius is the ability to put into effect what is in your mind. Genius is the ability to put into effect what is in your mind. Remember, we talked before about thinking, but then acting and making that happen. And that's genius, according to F. Scott Fitzgerald. Thought it tied in with, one of the previous Coffee with Alain's when we talked about thinking too much. It was something from Bruce Lee last week that we got to put it into action. And so we have to put into effect what's in our mind. So think about how you can apply that and bring more genius into your life. Now let's talk a little bit about AI. You might have seen this picture. I posted this on social media. You haven't seen it yet. It's a picture that sort of illustrates my mission. And I put it with a little mission that I'm not about teaching people how to fight. I'm more about teaching people how to stay safe and keep themselves from harm so they can enjoy more of life. And this graphic was created with ChatGPT and AI. But when you're creating graphics with AI, you need to be careful because they can make some really wild and stupid things. And it took me a number of tries to get this right because I didn't want inaccuracies. I mean, it made things with books that I didn't write. It's like, no, the books have to be books that I've actually written. And then they had them where they show on the cover, and it wasn't the real cover of the book. And I didn't want that. So I said, no, we need to just show the spines and show the title of the books. That's okay. But I don't want these fake covers or books that I never wrote. They had the 82nd Airborne patch, which was accurate. But when they put the 2nd Infantry Division, they created something that wasn't an accurate patch of the 2nd Infantry Division. So I got rid of it because I couldn't seem to get that right. It has representative of me being in sniper school in the military and teaching reflex protect and teaching other people how to be safe. Me as a martial artist and a trainer, all things that represent what I do. But it took a number of illustrations to actually get that correct, where it didn't have fake and BS things that didn't represent me. And so when you're using AI, you have to be careful about making things that are more accurate. And I can't stand the people that put this crap out there with AI that is just total bullshit. And then people think it's real. I mean, you see a lion giving their cub to humans to save it from the hyenas coming. I mean, just total, that would never happen. No lion is going to go give her cub to humans in a Jeep. I mean, it's total bullshit. And then people are saying, oh, the mothers love saving the cub. No, it's not. And you just see tons and tons of all this just crap. And I really have no use for AI using it that way. I guess if some people that entertains them and other people are entertained by watching something completely fake and dumb, okay. I rather use it to enhance my mission and what I'm doing. And so I want things when I put out the AI pictures and different things to have some accuracy and not be misleading and just total BS. And I hope you use AI in that same way. You know, I used AI for this picture that I just showed. You know, look what you missed. And it created that from the titles. I gave it the titles of the articles that were in the newsletter and what the newsletter was. But then I also, the picture, that's not an AI picture and that's not an AI city. AI didn't create that. Because here's the picture I showed them to use. And this was a picture that is a real picture of me. And that city backdrop is actually inside the Jimmy Fallon attraction at Universal Studios. So that was a picture of me with the city backdrop in the Universal Studios that then I added a quote to make a safety post. But then I added that into AI to help me create this graphic that I shared. Look what you missed. So see how it all blends, and it could easily be seen to think, oh, look at that city, you know, AI created that. No, actually that was a real photo. So you can blend things and make it more accurate and have good things that represent true things. But it is very easy. You know, actually Dixon the other day said, was that a real shirt or did AI put the Survive and Defend logo on a generic polo? And I said, no, I have a number of shirts that I had made that have the Survive and Defend logo, just like I have a number of shirts that have the Reflex Protect Tactical logo. When I go training or like SHOT Show and I'm multiple days, I can wear the same shirt every day, but it's a different shirt. It's clean because I have multiple of both of those. But sometimes it is hard to tell if AI did it. But the key, I think, when we're trying to use AI for things is to make sure that we're doing an actual representation and we're not just bullshitting people and putting out garbage and fake things out there. That's the key where I think we can use AI to enhance our businesses and different things, but not use it to be BS. So I just wanted to share that and talk about that a little bit, especially when I see some that's just such total garbage and I don't understand why people are even making those. I don't find enjoyment in something that's just sort of stupid, completely fake like that. So I guess some people maybe do, but I look at the comments and a lot of people thinking it's real and then other people saying it's AI and get them getting into arguments over it. And I was like, what a waste of time. That's just something I wanted to share. And the AI, the way I'm trying to use it is to put into effect what is in my mind. Now, does that make me a genius? I don't think so, but I'm trying to follow what F. Scott Fitzgerald said, with genius is the ability to put into effect what is in your mind. I'm trying to put what's in my mind into effect with the stuff to share to others, to help others stay safe, enjoy life, and develop themselves to be excellent people. That's my mission. That's my goal. And I'm trying to use AI to help me do it. And I hope you do the same, whatever industry you're in. Use it to help you. Don't use it to BS and fake people and that kind of garbage. I'm going to say good morning to Thad, who's here and said good morning. Thank you for being here, Thad. Going to say good morning to Dixon. Dixon said, and this week's newsletter had more links to blog posts on your website than I've seen in the past. It did. The week before had the same. So I had 2 links to blog posts that were new. What I'm trying to do right now is put out a blog post on Mondays and Fridays. But then it also had links to several different movie reviews for the podcast, which are also on the blog page, Coffee with Alain blog page. So it did have a lot of links. It had the links to different movie reviews because I've seen so many recently, catching up on movies after the surgery. But I did start just a couple weeks ago. I committed to posting blog posts on Mondays and Fridays. So those two links are in the Sunday newsletter as well. And I'm trying to get those out and help more people. And what I'm doing, is I'm taking articles from the newsletters way back in 2024 right now when I started the newsletter, and I'm enhancing those articles for blog posts. And I'm using AI to create little graphics to when I share the blog post on social media or in the newsletter, yes, those little graphics that have the blog title, I make those with AI to represent what the article is and to attract attention and try to get people to know what the article is and go read the articles. So I'm using AI to create those little graphics as well. Sometimes I use Canva to create graphics. Sometimes I'm using AI, and it just depends on what I'm creating. But those I'm taking articles that I already wrote, and I said if you didn't get the newsletter, you never see the article. So I thought, let's repurpose those, put them out as blog posts to help more people. And so that's sort of what I'm doing and trying to share those out just to get more out there to help folks. Dixon also said, I like the cool video clips, e.g. what's known as the coat throw or the jumping into frame by vaulting over a house car. Some of those are cool to attract attention. I understand that, Dixon, and I like some of that cool stuff too. I just don't like the real BS ones that people are trying to fake people and say it's real, and some of that I just don't like. And Jeff's here, and Jeff said, Alain, all the best in completely recovering and going back to full training. Blessings. Thank you very much. I'm getting there, Jeff. I got to go see the surgeon today. I have a physical therapy appointment. Right after the physical therapy appointment, I got an appointment to get x-rays and see the surgeon. And the knee is getting better. It's definitely not where I want it to be yet. I'm still hobbling around and can't do what I want, but it's getting better. And I definitely want to get back to where I can do full trainings and help more people in live trainings and so forth as well. So I appreciate those wishes, Jeff. I appreciate everybody that joins and says hello, watches replays, listens to the podcast. Thank you to everybody. More at enjoylifesafely.com if you want to get on that newsletter list. If you want to see the courses that are already there, I'm working on putting out other courses. I'm working to get my knee better so I can get out and do more live training and different things like that too. A lot more things to help you stay safe. Defend yourself if you have to. Live with the warrior's edge and be exceptional. Those are the things I'm here to help you with. Make it a magnificent, marvelous Monday. And I will be back to see you tomorrow.